So my name's Galen Shipman, as you probably know by now. It's unfortunate for you all, I'm sorry. But I'm here to talk a little bit about OpenSFS, EOFS, as well as HPCFS. I would like to ask the principals of those organizations that are represented here today, Hugo, Norm, Bill Boas, if you could all join me on the stage. I would ask JC as well. He's not here. So we took the community's input yesterday from the community discussion, the open roundtable we had here yesterday to heart. We had a meeting scheduled last night, in which we were exploring ways in which HPCFS, OpenSFS, and EOFS could all work together closely and align and be more effective to the community. And I think we have come up with a solution. After about 2 hours of deliberations with members of HPCFS and with members of OpenSFS, we've come up with essentially 3 key areas, 4 if you count the last one, which was already something we were working on. Proposed changes to OpenSFS to facilitate the merging of HPCFS within the OpenSFS legal structure. We're looking at reviewing the contributor agreement with a key goal to make this simple. We're trying to see, can we move forward with the GPLv2? That's better. We're all together now. We won't do a group hug.
Come on. This is too much.
You don't call me in the morning. The key goal here, though, is to make the contributor agreement simple, and we're looking at WAM Cloud's moved forward with the GPLv2 sign-off only policy. We need to explore if that's something that we can put in place as well, or at least make the contributor agreement much more simple. We're in a different environment now. The community is different. Our contributor agreement was specifically tailored to allow us to upstream code changes to Oracle, and that situation has changed. The second is reviewing the patent language. Our key goal is to constrain the patent language as much as possible while still meeting our agreed upon principle, which is protecting end users of OpenSFS, of the code base, the stack, if you will, from any patent litigation from any participant within OpenSFS. And we're looking at a change within our governance model to establish a single board seat to represent adopter and supporter level participants. If you're familiar with the bylaws, this particular board seat does currently exist, but it requires enough participants to essentially equate to a promoter level member before it's enacted. And we're saying day one, we want that board seat available and open to represent both the supporter and adopter level members. The additional board seats established will continue to be established as the adopter and supporter participation grows, as currently covered in our bylaws. And then something we've been working on concurrently, both EOFS and HPCFS and OpenSFS, is to further our close relationship with EOFS via an MOU or another arrangement to facilitate improved collaboration and alignment of the organizations. So what are the next steps? We're going to be conducting weekly teleconference calls because we can't get enough of them. We're always looking for new excuses to have calls. Draft requirement changes to the OpenSFS bylaws as well as the contributor agreement with input from OpenSFS, HPCFS, EOFS. We also want input from those that are in the due diligence process for membership in these organizations so that we can make sure that it's accommodating for all those involved. Enact changes to the OpenSFS bylaws and contributor agreement would be the next step after we get those draft requirements agreed upon. And then a joint meeting mid-May in the U.S. With both OpenSFS and EOFS to continue the close collaboration between those organizations. And I'm pleased to announce that Zyratex has expressed their intent to join OpenSFS at the promoter level with a board seat, thereby broadening the representation of the community. So now we essentially have a single community with global participation. We feel that this guarantees the continued preeminence of the Lustre file system now and into the future. So I think this is a very good result that happened in fairly short order once we all just got in the room. And
it was the hug that made all the difference.
do you all? I've sat here and gone through the slide deck. Do you have some comments you'd like to add?
I'll just say that in forming HPCFS, I always had the goal to have one organization, and I think this achieves it.
Well, I only can say congratulations. What a day, what a moment after such a year. I think we were able to work together to give that confidence back to the market for Lustre's future everybody was hoping for. And I see with that kind of partnership with one community now a really bright future. The market, the vendors, the customers, we all have deserved. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I think this is great. The single community absolutely guarantees the availability of a viable Lustre, which we all depend on and need into the future. We want to improve the stability of the existing product Lustre, and then look at the possibilities for systems that will support the exascale machines that are coming down the pipe. So I'm really pleased. One community, you guys wanted it, now you got it.
Let's shake hands. Come on.
Let's have a break.
Let's have some coffee.